Welcome to the Magical Moms podcast. It's great to be back for the 6th episode of season 1. I can't believe it. We're here for part 2. I know, isn't it nuts? I can't believe it. But we're here for part 2 of our tips and tricks for summertime days at Disneyland, which are always such fun days at Disneyland. So, Linz, it's good to see you. How long has it been since we talked? What, like 20 minutes, 15, 5?
Pretty much. You texted me this morning. No, but we finally got to spend some good time together in the parks last week, which was so nice because, you know, we get to do it a lot when the kids are in school, but summertime, you know, as with most moms, I feel like you don't see your friends as often because you're with your kids most of the time. So last week was really special because we spent, I don't know, like 3 hours in the parks, just kind of walking around, shooting things, like just all kinds of, I don't know, it was just fun. It was just fun to hang out and catch up. And I know we get to do that again next week for Disneyland's birthday, which I'm so excited about.
I'm so excited.
We got lots coming up on this episode.
I know, we really do. And it's so funny. Whenever like Lindsay and I walk through the parks, it's never enough time. Like 3 hours feels like 3 minutes. It's like you're in a casino when like you don't know what time it is. You lose all track of like reality. And we're just like walking around. And then all of a sudden I'll get a text message like, where are you? Are you ever coming home?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. I have to go. And I like run out.
I feel
But Lindsay and I, we could easily just like walk till like the park closed. And I don't know if we would notice. I don't know if we would notice.
I know.
Yeah.
And like you, like being with you, it's like so easy. We just like, time just flies when we are together.
It really does. It really, really does. So I cannot wait. And then when school starts again, we're both going to have so much more time because we're both going to have all three, each of us children in school pretty much full time. So we're going to have a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah, Bridget and I are entering into a new era together, truly. Like all of our children will be in school full time, which is something that you haven't had for like 12 years and I haven't had for 10 years. So this is like, I mean, I don't know. We have lots of plans to be together and, you know, create things for you and for our Patreon fam. Just we have lots coming up.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of creativity going on and we just cannot wait. So let's get into this because this is going to be such a very, very fun episode. We are so thrilled to be making this show with each other and for you guys all to be listening and watching. And we love it if you subscribe to our show and followed us on all the socials.
Yes. Make sure to follow us on all the socials. We are at Magical Moms Podcast on Instagram. We are on TikTok and Threads. And then if you want to watch the episodes, which is really fun, on YouTube, because again, sometimes we'll show things, we'll talk about things, you can see us. That is at youtube.com/Disney content. And if you want to follow each of us, I am Lindsay at Chasing Magic Daily on all the socials.
And I'm Bridget at California Disney Bliss, also on all the socials. So if you're loving what you're listening to and hearing or seeing, please rate us and review. It helps us so much. It's such a cool way for you to get a shout out on the show, be part of the show. It helps other people discover the magic that we're creating with this show. That's the whole reason why we're doing it. So help us spread the word. And it's not only Apple where you can leave reviews. You can also now rate and review on Spotify too. You can also direct message us your reviews if you prefer. And speaking of, we have 2 new reviews to share. And this first one is actually from Spotify.
Yes. So we have April. Thank you, April, for leaving a review on Spotify. She said, "Hi, April, mom of 3, ages 4, 5, and 7. We're a Disneyland fan, but recently went to Walt Disney World. The advice that really made our Walt Disney World vacation was picking the must-do things for everyone and focusing on those. Then if you get anything else done, it's just the icing on the cake. I was so happy to hear the same advice from the ladies in this episode because it's too stressful and hard to try and do it all. Looking forward to listening to all your tips and suggestions as the show goes on." Thank you so much, April. Thank you. We really appreciate these reviews. They truly mean a lot to Bridget and I. We do pour our hearts into this. And so when you guys leave us this positive feedback, it really, really means a lot to us.
No, that's so awesome, April, that you were able to do that. I mean, you are a serious mama to be taking 3 to Walt Disney World because Walt Disney World is so big. So Hats off to
So
you.
I've heard.
Bravo. Bravo. It is. It's
Yes.
so big. So bravo to you for having such a fun Walt Disney World trip. It's no easy feat. It's no easy feat. I've done it, and it's definitely a different beast than Disneyland. But we also got a direct message from another viewer, from Allison, and she says, "Hey there, listening to episode 3, and one of you mentioned eating in Red's garden and seeing Red there. Where in the park is this? I tried searching the app and nothing popped up with that name." Now, Lindsay, you were there for this, so why don't you take this one?
Sure. And I actually responded to Allison. She sent me the same message on Instagram. So I responded to her. I sent her pictures on the app so she has all the info. But if you were listening to that episode as well and you're wondering about this, basically Red's Garden is just a new eating area in Cars Land and is located right between the Cozy Cone and like the Luigi ride. It's you can't miss it. If you're walking by the Cozy Cone and you're like heading toward the Luigi ride, there's a little area right there called Red's Garden. It's got all these red tables and chairs. And then the last time I was there with my kids, Red was out there. He was posted outside of Red's garden. So that was really fun to kind of see him right next to his little garden. Because as you know, in the movies, he's kind of like the gardener. He waters the plants. And so that is where you can find it. And I did look and it's not on the app. So I don't know. They just haven't updated that area on the map, but it just shows all greenery, like bushes there. So that area is there. I guess it's just not on the map. You can't find it, can't search it, but that's where it is. You really can't miss it if you're in Cars Land and you're in that area. So
that's so funny. That's not on the Disneyland app. Like they even have, for the Disneyland 70th in the Esplanade in between the two parks, they have, that beautiful like 50-foot structure, celebrating the big Disneyland 70th. They have that on the app.
Oh, that's
but they
so
don't
funny.
have. That's funny. Okay, I wonder what that's all about. But yeah, sometimes I've noticed that sometimes, characters that you and I both know are out in the parks, they doesn't show up on the app. So if you ever are looking for a specific character and you're not seeing it on the app, ask a cast member. They will be able to help you. Not everything shows up on the app all the time. So, remember like Rex wasn't on the app for a really long period of time.
Right.
Stuff like that. And as we head into the holiday season where we get some like different characters, they may not be in the app. So just ask a cast member if you're in the park.
Cast members are very helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you to Allison. Make sure you guys, if you do have questions like that for us, please send us a DM on Instagram. You can send it to us individually, or you can send it to the Magical Moms podcast, and we'll answer that for you guys here if you need us to. And the other thing that we are really excited about is the Patreon family that we are creating. So we're creating this community of magical moms, not just moms, also dads, parents in general, aunts, uncles, godmothers, godfathers, all the things. You guys can all be part of our Patreon fam. And one of the things that we're doing with it is we are creating this community, and we are having virtual hangouts, which we actually have our first virtual hangout coming up, which I'm really excited about.
Me too.
Another thing that you get to do is you get to be on these live recordings with us. So if you want to hang out with us, if you want to chat with us while we're recording, this is a great place to do that. And one of the things that Bridget and I have been working on are these tip sheets for you guys. So a lot of the stuff that we are talking about in the episodes, I know there's a lot of information, but we are creating these kind of tip sheets that are like quick reference guides for you guys that you can download when you become a Patreon member and have them on your phone. So when you're walking around the parks and you're thinking of something that we said and can't remember it, you can just pull it up on your phone and have instant access to that, which is really nice. And then we also, if you're part of the Patreon fam, we have a private Facebook group, which is really cool because in there you guys can ask each other questions, kind of support each other, help each other out. So just another way to get information and meet other magical moms. And then if you want to join that Patreon fam, you can just go to the Patreon app and search Magical Moms Podcast, or we have the link for you down in the show notes. So we're excited to have you guys here and be part of our Magical Mom fam.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes. And actually, I almost forgot. We actually have a new Patreon member, April, which I know, Bridget, you saw her in the Facebook group too. We both kind of welcomed her in the Facebook group. So welcome, April. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you, April. Hey, so awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I love
and
this.
we just
I love
finished
this whole
up.
community.
I know this community
so
is
great.
really, really, really great. And you guys have been so supportive already. It's been very touching for Bridget and I. We were talking about that when we were in the parks together, about how awesome it's been to get this feedback from you guys and to see the new members coming into the Patreon fam. It's really special. It's something Bridget and I have dreamed of, and now it's like coming true. So it's really cool. But but we just had a holiday weekend. So at the time you're listening to this, we just finished up 4th of July weekend. And I don't know about you, Bridget, but I am wiped out from 4th of July weekend. We had a lot of sun time. We did a lot of swimming in the pool. We had a huge beach day yesterday. And I am kind of wiped. I don't know about you.
I know the holiday weekend wasn't too relaxing for us either.
Yeah.
It's like so go, go, go,
Yes.
especially because it was on a Friday. It just like went into the weekend
Yes.
and we were so busy. I mean, July 4th was so fun. I didn't get to celebrate it in the parks. I've actually never celebrated the actual July 4th in the parks. I've always wanted to.
Neither have I.
But it's just so hard because, a lot of my kids' friends, like they don't have, Magic Keys or park tickets. So they all want to be together. But they do sometimes celebrate like a couple days beforehand with patriotic, merch and, treats and so and so forth. This year was a different year, though, I feel like at Disneyland for the 4th because of the Disneyland big 70th birthday right around the corner. They didn't put up a lot of the patriotic,
Right.
decor and so on and so forth. And I think for like the first time ever, Mickey did not come out in his July 4th costume, which I was really surprised by. But they kept him in his 70th. They're definitely making sure that the 70th is the goal here, which is we're only a couple days away from it. We're 10 days away actually from it, because we're like Lindsay said, we're filming this recording this a little bit early. But yeah, so that was a little bit different. So but typically. Yeah, it's different, right? That not
Yeah,
not
well, I was
have
going to
him
say
there.
that's really funny because I almost rope dropped just by myself. I almost rope dropped Disneyland just to see Mickey in his patriotic outfit. And then I canceled at the last minute because I was like, no, I'm just going to sleep in and relax or whatever. I didn't realize he wasn't there. Oh my gosh. That would have been so disappointing for me. That was the only reason I was going to go.
You did the right thing because they didn't have him out there. But what they did have, they had the special, they have like special cavalcade with a very, very special division from San Diego. And then they have a special flag ceremony. And then, of course, they have the fireworks. One day, it's my goal to see it for sure in person because it looks so much fun.
Yes, and actually, did you see I saw some posts on Instagram from people. So it looked like the crowds were very low on 4th of July this year in the parks. And I actually saw a video of people that brought like beach chairs and were sitting in Mickey and Friends watching the fireworks go off. Did you see that?
Oh, yes, I did. I couldn't figure out what was, yes.
Yeah, it was like an empty parking lot and people were like sitting there with chairs watching the fireworks. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because normally 4th of July in the past, I remember seeing videos of it just being bonkers packed, like packed, can't walk. But it seemed like it was like okay this year.
Yeah, this year's been a really, really interesting year. I mean, you and I both noticed that the attraction wait times have been very low for summer.
Low.
Very, very low. And, I don't really know exactly the reason why. I can't really, I don't really know. But what I can, surmise is that, ticket prices are really, really high this year. And then, you have Oogie Boogie Bash, which for the first time since Oogie Boogie Bash has started, because remember, it used to be at Disneyland. It used to be called Mickey's Not So Scary, Halloween Party. I believe. Yeah. And then it switched over to DCA. It was called Oogie Boogie Bash. I mean, this, event used to sell out within a matter of hours. And right now there's still, I think, 50% of all the dates still available because ticket prices are really, really high. So I'm just guessing that that's the reason why that, we're really seeing low attraction wait times. Yeah. So if you're going to be visiting Disneyland this summer, not only is it such a good time to go, but during that midday when it gets the hottest, that's when it's really low attraction wait times. So I mean, I'm not used to seeing, Haunted Mansion as a walk-on, or Pirates of the Caribbean as a walk-on in
middle
summertime.
of the day. It's crazy. It is really crazy. All the ride, even Fantasyland. I'm looking at it like all day long, and it's like 5 minutes for most of the attractions. I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. It is wild. I mean, maybe Disneyland price tickets, the price is finally pushed some people out from coming. I don't know.
Well, I do know that I think there's 6 tiers now. Is it 6 tiers or 5 of tickets?
6, I believe.
Okay,
Because
so
0. Yeah.
okay, so
6.
let's say it's 6. I know the top one, it's over $200 for a 1-day park hopper ticket. I think it's like 210 or something like that. So if you go on one of those days, I mean, those are expensive days to go.
Yeah, that is, it's an
just what
expensive,
it is.
it is an expensive day. And it's so funny because that's what I tell people all the time. Like the reason why I love doing this and I love sharing about Disneyland is because it is such an expense for most families that just to show up and be like, okay, I'm here at Disneyland. Now what? You're
Yeah.
not going to get the most out of your day. And so that's why I know, Lindsay, you and I both do what we do because we want to help everyone really get the
Yes.
most out of all that, all that money that you're spending to be there. Disneyland
definitely.
can be such a fabulous vacation. But preparation is best for anything, really for anything you want to prepare, especially when you're spending that much money. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why we do this.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that I think it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, especially as we head into the holidays. So
Yes, for sure. For sure, definitely. I think we'll see an uptick once Halloween because that's pretty typical. It gets a little crazy in Halloween time. But speaking of, traveling and going and making the most of things, we actually have some news coming out of Walt Disney World. And yesterday, which was July 6th, was the last day to ride and experience the Tom Sawyer's Island and Rivers of America. That officially closed to make way for something that I'm excited about, but which is the Piston Peak Cars Land kind of area there. But I would say it's kind of sad to see that go. I personally have not been on it or been over there, but I know if it was here at Disneyland, that would kind of be a heartbreak for me if we lost like the Mark Twain and the Rivers of America and all of that, because it's just kind of that like iconic, nostalgic area.
Yeah.
And the Mark Twain, there's something so beautiful about the Mark Twain that I love that I would be really, really sad to see it go.
Oh, they better not touch our Tom Sawyer's Island, let me tell you. I find that area of the park to just be the most peaceful and the most nostalgic. Like to me, when I see the Mark Twain riverboat you just, I don't know, you're not expecting a river in the middle of Disneyland. Disneyland is so small. We don't have all the bells and whistles and everything that Walt Disney World has. So we have this like, it's our small little park and we need our river. And we need our Tom Sawyer's Island. I mean, Tom Sawyer's Island is such a great place to take kids to go to, especially like in the middle of like waiting in lines and so on and so forth. It's just our go-to. But at Walt Disney World, I mean, they're closing it. They're going to have, that area that you just mentioned, Lindsay, and they're also going to have Villains Land, which that sounds so freaking exciting. But yeah, if we lost that at Disneyland, I would cry a river. I really would. I would cry a river if we lost the river.
You would cry
hopefully,
a River of America.
yes, I would. I really would. So don't get any ideas, Disneyland.
Yes.
Ours is going to be saved. But yeah, Walt Disney World, I mean, it's so large. I think it's just, they're going to do such a good job with that area. I'm really excited to see it. So maybe we'll see it together. Let's go together, Linz.
That would be pretty iconic if we went and did something like Cars Land or Cars themed for the first time together. That would be
And we'll take the Patreon fam along with us, along with the trip,
Yeah.
I think we'll have so much fun.
That would
I
be
really
really cool. Maybe we need to make another trip here, another plan.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
and as Mary and the Patreon fam said, another opening day. Yes, exactly, Mary. That's kind of what Bridget and I do together.
See, Mary said it. Now we have to do it. Okay,
Yes.
It's a done deal.
I agree.
It's a done deal. So let's make a date out of that one.
Yeah.
But also switching out of Disneyland, right? I think you were going to talk about this just now. Legoland Shanghai is going to be opening, and it's going to be the largest Lego theme park in the world.
Yes,
in Shanghai.
it actually did open. It just
it did
opened.
open. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. It did
just
open.
opened, and it is the largest Legoland, which is crazy. It has like a mini train ride, a dragon like coaster. It's supposed to be huge. I think it was like 78.5 acres or something like that. It's supposed to be massive.
That is
which
huge.
is very cool. I know you've taken your kids to Legoland here in
Yes.
San Diego, right? Yeah, mine
Yep.
too.
Yeah, I love it. I love Legoland. I mean, we loved the parks. We also, it's so funny. Most people, when they go to Legoland here, they don't think of it, but there's an aquarium that's part of Legoland here. And I think it's one of the best little aquariums to take your kids to. We had so much fun in this aquarium. I think they said like, oh, the walking through time is like 45 minutes. And we were in there for like 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
We loved it. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
But we also, the last time that we were there, we stayed in the hotels. There are 2 Legoland hotels here. And we had more fun almost in the hotel than the actual park because there's so much to do in the hotels. First of all, the food is fabulous. Let me just start with that. The food is really, really good there. There's restaurants there, but also the pool was so awesome because the pool is really, really cool. But inside the pool are these floating Lego pieces. So while you're swimming, you can make Lego, like huge ones. You can make like Lego, structures and
Figures,
forts and everything while you're swimming. And then just like they have like such little like things that they have, like when you first check in, they have a scavenger hunt for the kids and they go all throughout the hotel. And then if you can get everything, you can find everything on the hunt, then you get a code. And inside your Legoland hotel room is a little safe. And then you plug the code into the safe and it pops open and there's a Lego toy for each one of your kids, which
my
is
gosh.
so freaking cool. My kids
That's
loved
amazing.
it. And like even like the elevators inside the hotel. So when the elevators close, there is a disco ball on top of the elevator ceiling. And then it starts into like a disco like song and the lights turn off and you just like do like a dance party inside of the elevator.
Oh my gosh.
It is
That is
so
so
much
fun.
fun. Like we didn't want to leave the hotel.
Yeah.
Like, the theme park's also great, but we also didn't want to leave the hotel. Like I would go just to hotel, and then I would go to the theme park.
We need to
But
go.
Like,
We've
you
done
would love
Legoland,
it.
but we haven't done the hotel and we haven't done the aquarium. So
you would
that
love
that
it.
is something we need to do as a family for sure. Because
Yeah.
I know you've told me about the hotel, and my kids would love that. They love a good
would love
scavenger
it.
hunt, and then to like have
Yeah.
something surprise them in the room, like they would flip. They would love that.
It's so cool, and the themes are so much fun. The only problem that you have though, because you have 3 children, I know you have 2 girls and 1 boy, is who gets to pick the theme. Because there's like the princess theme, then there's like the pirate theme. It's like, like which one do you do? So we did it when we were there. We're celebrating Max's birthday, so he got to pick the
so
theme.
you get to pick. Yeah, that makes sense.
And my daughter has not stopped talking about it since. She's like, well, it was Max got to pick the theme, so it's my turn next. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're going back. We have to go back now.
Yeah. And I will say too, I like my oldest who's 10, she loved Legoland too. There's like one ride that's a little more thrill-ish, but I will say when I was talking to one of the people that worked there and there was construction going on, he was like, he's like, right now, we kind of age out at like 10 or 11. He's like, but we're making some bigger things for kids that are a little bit older, like kind of in the tweens. So I don't really know. I don't know what they're doing, but it sounds like they're adding more to Legoland in where is it? Carlsbad? No, in
Carlsbad. Yeah,
Carlsbad. Okay. They're adding more to it to kind of hit a little bit more of a higher age limit there. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. We're going to have to go. Like I said, we're going to have to go. But
and speaking of having to go, let's talk about Disneyland Paris real quick because I know we have kind of like thrown the idea out there to maybe go for like my 40th and Nikki's 40th one year. We'll see.
Yes.
But they just closed the Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters there for a very long refurbishment. I think it's supposed to be closed throughout the rest of 2025. But they're redoing like the ride vehicles, the targets, the lighting. They're like totally revamping it, which I can't recall. Was ours closed for refurbishment recently to do that? Or am I thinking of a different ride? I might be thinking of It's a Small World.
ours was closed, but I don't think that. I mean, they didn't add. They didn't add too much. I mean, so I think that our version of Buzz Lightyear, I think that it's due for a big tech overhaul, and I would not be surprised if we get that next year when D23 announces all of our, big things next year. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if that's going to have a major overhaul.
Yeah.
They
just did the tech, a tech upgrade of the on-ride photo. You know, because
Yeah.
that's like better
Yeah.
now. That
the
one, it's
quality.
not like this fuzzy little image where you can't even make out yourself. Now it's kind of a clearer picture. So they did. I know they recently changed that, but it would be nice if they kind of gave it a little bit of an overhaul. I think it could definitely use that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's what, for Disneyland Paris are going to be definitely adding that like high tech, value factor into that attraction. I think that we'll be getting that too. I would not be surprised. And I don't think anybody would argue with the fact that it does need a little bit of a touch up. So I think it'd be very welcomed if they did that
would
at
agree with that.
Disneyland. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
So we'll see. But that's all exciting. I think it's gonna be great. And again, now I'm gonna have to go to Disneyland Paris. We're gonna have to go to Disneyland Paris. I've been trying to get there
a
for
lot of Disney trips.
I know. I've been trying to get there for so long. I have a dream. I have such a dream. A huge bucket list item is to walk down their main street in Disneyland Paris with a glass of champagne in my hand, because at Disneyland Paris they have you can drink alcohol there in Disneyland Paris, and they have a champagne cart right when you walk into like the front of their main street, and it's the cutest cart in the entire world. It's like this beautiful little French champagne cart, and you get a little bit of champagne. I just want to walk down Main Street holding a glass of champagne, because you can't do that, at our main street. You also can't do that at Walt Disney World's Main Street. So it makes it very unique to Paris. And I just want to do that so bad and walk to the castle. Their castle, to me, again, I've never seen it in person. I've only seen photos. Their castle, to me, out of all the Disneyland Disney castles, looks the most unreal, like looks the most, just, I don't know, like something out of a movie.
It does look very gorgeous.
Yes, it looks so beautiful. So that's my
like
dream.
You walked into like a fantasy land, like a true like.
Yes. Oh, I need to go. Champagne in one hand, baguette in the other, tears on my face. It's going to happen. It'll happen. So we'll make the dream come true. One day.
Yes, we will.
Okay, well, Disneyland Paris is another thing to add to our very long list of things that we have to do, Lindsay. But now,
seriously.
Very long list. But now I think it's time to get to our part 2 of our summertime tips and tricks. So we ended part 1 on the last episode. So now with part 2, I think we should start with the foods to eat in the summer when you're at the Disneyland Resort.
Yes. And if you're just listening to, if this is like your first episode that you're listening to from us, our part 1, we talked about rides to go on that are best on like hot days, and also like attractions or experiences to do on hot days as well. So you can always go back to the last episode to hear that. But today, yes, like Bridget said, we are talking about foods, which a lot of them are on the sweet side because, think cold, there's, a lot of sweets that we can talk about.
Sorry.
Speaking of
the summertime, here's Splash, the cat, named after Splash Mountain.
Yes. Splash made an appearance.
Yeah, she made an appearance. She always does. She likes to cause a little chaos.
Yes, that's okay. We appreciate it. We're all parents here. We understand chaos very well.
Yes, we do.
So if we're talking about foods to eat, I have to kick it off with what is my 3 children's favorite summertime treat in all of Disneyland Resort. It's like the one that they always ask for. And that is the memory refreshers over at Bing Bong's Sweet Stuff in Disney California Adventure Park. Now, I will say there are other places to get quote unquote the same like slushy thing, but I swear they are not as good as Bing Bong's. Bing Bong's, there's something in them that makes it different and better. And they also, I think it's the only place where you can get toppings. There's a few different toppings you can choose from. There's multiple flavors. I don't know. There's probably like 10 different flavors you can choose from. But I will say those memory refreshers are so good. It's basically like a slushie, but I don't know. It's better than a slushie in my opinion. I don't know if you've had one or what your opinions are on it, but
I will agree with you, Liz. I think that there's plenty of places to get slushies, but there's something about Bing Bongs. It's super colorful. It's sweet. You can get those toppings. You can get like the Nerds version. And actually, it's one of those places that people think when they walk past, it's just a store or just like a merch or candy store. People don't realize that there's slushies there. It's one of those kind of like, locals secret. I feel like the locals know about this summertime treat, which is why we're sharing it with you. But it's definitely a must if you are there in the summertime, especially if you're there Okay, especially if you're there with kids.
Yes.
But yeah, I whenever we bring somebody that is from out of town, we go there, and it's like their one, like number one top treat whenever like we take somebody there.
so good.
So yeah, it's so good. Now, if you're talking about slushies, so let's go to if you're at Disneyland, right?
Okay.
One of my favorite slushies. So if you're at DCA, definitely Bing Bong Sweet Stuff. If you're at Disneyland, there is a definite slushie that you have to have. It's at Edelweiss Snacks. And it's something that's not really advertised. So if you are at Edelweiss Snacks, yes, you can get a slushie. There's different colors to choose from, or different, flavors to choose from. There's red, so cherry, and of course there's yellow, which is lemon, and then there's blue, which is like a blue raspberry. However, and if you're on doing mobile order, you can order those. But in order to do this, you have to actually be in person. So if you order from Edelweiss Snacks, which is in Fantasyland, it's actually right next to the entrance to the Matterhorn, you can ask for a Mickey topper. So if you order in person and you want a Mickey topper, they will give you, so like let's say you choose cherry as your base and then you choose lemon as your topper, they will make a Mickey shaped topper for you. And it's the only place that you can get it. It's actually not on the menu. It's a little bit of a, secret menu item. You have to ask for it, and they'll do it for sure. So if you're doing, blue raspberry, you can ask for a red Mickey topper, or so on and so forth. So you can mix it. And it's something that just like adds to like the Disney magic. I love giving it for my kids because they're just expecting like a regular slushie. They're not expecting like the cute topper.
Right.
So definitely do that. It's not extra. You don't have to pay extra for the topper. You just ask for it, and they'll give it to you.
I do remember you sharing that like in a post, I feel like maybe last summer or something, but I guess I didn't put together that was like a secret menu item.
The secret menu item. So you can get a slushie, but they don't really advertise the topper aspect.
Okay.
So 2 great places to get slushies, one in DCA, one in Disneyland.
Yes.
But
good. I'm going to have to go try that one out.
And then if you're at Disneyland, you have to get the Dole Whip.
That's a classic. You cannot miss the Dole Whip. But actually, I feel like too, maybe people know this, maybe they don't. I actually, when I first started going, I didn't realize there was 2 places you can get a Dole Whip from in Disneyland. And one of them is like, I don't even know what the actual little cart by the Enchanted Tiki Room is called. Is there a name to it?
It's the Enchanted Tiki Room Dole. Oh gosh, what is it called? If anyone's in the chat, they let us know. But you can mobile order from it.
Yes, you can mobile order, but it's just like a tiny little counter where you can get, and it's only pineapple, if I remember correctly. It's only a pineapple flavor there.
Correct. You can also get pineapple juice there.
Oh, nice.
The Tiki Juice Bar. That's what's called, the
Tiki Juice Bar. Thank you. Okay. So that's one area where you can get it. But if you go around the corner to the Tropical Hideaway, that's where you can get like the seasonal Dole Whips, different flavors. What do they? I think they have strawberry year-round.
Yeah, they have strawberry. They have different, and then right now they have the pineapple one. It's like a pineapple upside down cake. People are going
I've heard of that, yes.
bananas over. So you can order all different types of Dole Whips there. You can also get like bows, and you can get like, waters and stuff like that. And you can eat it there, but you can also bring it into the Enchanted Tiki Room too. So you have different options, but that one does not have mobile order. So you will be waiting in line for that one. And in the summertime, it can get a little bit long. That line can get a little bit long. Whereas the Tiki Juice Bar, you can mobile order that and then just take it in, of course. Yes. But yeah, you have to get Dole Whip. I mean, come on, you have to get Dole Whip when you're at Disneyland.
Yes.
And then also, going back to like the slushie thing, there is a brand new slushie in New Orleans Square. It's called the Snowball. And you can find it at Royal Street Veranda. There's 3 different flavors to choose from. And what makes it different than the other 2 like slushies, that this is more of like a snow cone type of like crushed ice. But also the syrups that they use are house-made syrups. They don't come like from the bottle, they are house-made syrups. You can definitely taste like the freshness of these. I've had a couple so far. They're really, really great. And if you like, if you're one of those people that likes like chewing on ice, or your kids like chewing on ice, this is definitely the one that you're going to want to get.
It's a snow cone.
It's like a snow cone. It's in a cup, so you can hold it easily. It's not going to get too messy, and you can mobile order that too.
Yes. And I've tried the pineapple one. That one was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think there's like 5 or 6 flavors, but you can only choose 2. So like you can do one flavor in
Oh,
your
that's
cup
what it is.
or
Yep.
2. So you can't go crazy and try all the
Yeah.
flavors. But they are really good. And I will say the pineapple was very fresh tasting. It didn't taste like, like very artificial. It tasted
Yeah.
it was really good. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. My kids haven't had one yet, but I need to take them to get one.
Yeah, see, there's your excuse to to go on another Disney day.
Yes. Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, and then another thing. So this is kind of like a slushie. It's kind of not, but it kind of is. So this is a fan favorite summer treat. People, you can get it year round though. Okay, you can get all of these year round, by the way. But the fan favorite summer treat is by far the frozen apple juice from the Fantasyland fruit cart. It is something that most people don't know about. It's definitely a, Magic Key or Disneyland locals, favorite. But it is so good. It is so refreshing. And it's basically like just if you were to freeze apple juice and then just like crush it up a little bit. So you can totally drink it from a straw. It is my kids' favorite, especially especially like
Yeah.
toddler like age when they
Yes.
just like they're into that whole like apple juice
Yeah.
craze. It's so good. And the last time that we were in the parks, it was so hot, and my 2-year-old, well now 3-year-old, my 2-year-old, I could just see him getting just overheated. I could just
Yeah.
see it. And so I got him the frozen apple juice. I gave it to him, and he was quiet for like 15 minutes. He was just enjoying the juice. It was a treat
Yeah.
for him and a treat for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because-
peace and quiet for 15 minutes.
yeah.
We'll take it.
And it was so good. That's that you do have to wait in line for, but it's a very, very quick line because not
Yes.
that many people know about it. But it's right there by Red Rose Tavern. You can't miss it.
Yes.
You can't miss
Yep.
it.
And then, well, my kids, well, besides the Bing Bong slushies, but if we're talking about like a classic hot summer day treat, you have to go to Gibson Girl. Gibson Girl is the ice cream shop on Main Street. They have sundaes. They have, these really fancy waffle cones with all different toppings on them. My kids love Gibson Girl. And a lot of times when we're waiting for something like in the summer, like a cavalcade or a parade or whatever, we'll get Gibson Girl and then we'll find our spot and they'll enjoy ice cream while we sit and wait in the hot sun for something.
Yes, that is a must. It's such like a classic, treat to get, but it's also such a classic place to go into because it's on Main Street. It's been there for so
Yes.
long. And if you do get the waffle cone, look closely at that waffle cone because you will see that the waffle cone has Mickeys all throughout the waffle cone. It's
Oh,
not the
does it?
squares. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not the squares of the waffle. Like the waffle cones are squares.
Yeah.
It's Mickeys. They're little Mickeys.
Oh.
And
See, I never
if
get the
you're
waffle cone, but
yeah, I know. That's a splurge. Then also another thing, actually, I just posted about this, is if you're getting a cone, right, just like a regular ice cream cone, you can ask, there's an option on the mobile order. Or if you're paying in person, which you definitely going to want to mobile order this
Yeah,
during the summer
mobile
because that line can get very long. But if you are, either mobile ordering or ordering in person, get the side of the 2 cookies because they put them as ears on your cone.
oh.
Yeah, and so
But
that's
so do you have to
something
pay
that
extra
could-
for it? Like, is it like
Yes, I think
Okay.
it's like if I want to remember, if my memory serves, it's like $1.19 extra.
Oh, and
so
you
when
get,
you're
like, 2
ordering your
cookies.
cone, you get 2 cookies. So when you're ordering your cone, on the bottom when you scroll down, it says customize. Add the 2 cookies, or if you're ordering in person, ask for the 2 cookies. And it's just they're pretty large chocolate chip cookies, and they put them as ears on the cone.
Oh my gosh, how cute. Had no
I
idea.
know it's really fun.
Maybe
It's
I
like a
should
cute
surprise
little
my
thing.
kids with that. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Our ice cream
Yeah.
has Mickey ears.
Yeah, and the waffle cone has Mickeys on them.
Oh, I love that. I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's always such a fun treat. And
Yeah.
if you're at DCA, of course, they have like a Gibson Girl, version themselves at Disney California Adventure, and that's at Clarabelle's, and they all do like hand scooped ice cream there as well.
They also, I believe they still do it. I'm pretty sure it's year round. Is
Yes.
the hand dipped
Yes.
ice cream bars?
Yes,
My
they're so good.
oldest, yeah, she loves it because you get to choose like your chocolate, like milk or dark. You get to choose the ice cream on the inside, which I think is vanilla or chocolate, and then you get to choose a topping to go on the chocolate, which there's, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 different toppings, but those are a hit too. It's like a make your own ice cream bar. My kids think, well, my oldest specifically just loves that ice cream bar.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a good
decadent too. It's
Yes.
decadent. It's so good. And then if you're at Clarabelle's, they have like, that's like the one areas where you can go and sit and have air conditioning. So you could, you can go and you can enjoy a nice ice cream bar. And you also get air conditioning. It's a great place to like rewind, in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
especially.
Yes.
But okay, and I know that you know this, but if you're not into
know where
the
you're going.
fancy, yes, if you're not into like the fancy schmancy ice cream, you're just looking for just the traditional soft serve, there is no better place, period, at the Disneyland Resort than Cars Land.
Yes.
And Linz, I know you know about this, so I'm going to let you take this one.
Oh yeah, the cozy cone, the frozen cone concoctions. They have either chocolate or vanilla or a swirl, and then they do have during the holidays. The Halloween one changes, but last year it was like an ube one with black sprinkles, so it was like purple and black. And then the Christmas one is a peppermint one, and the peppermint one I feel like is so either people love it or they hate it. Nobody is just like okay with it.
Yes.
I am one of the people that love it. And I also think it depends on the batch, because some people say it's so minty, it tastes like mouthwash, and then I'll have it and it's like, I'm like, it's pretty mild. Like I don't taste it that minty. So I don't know if it depends on the batch, but if you just want like a classic chocolate vanilla soft serve, oh my gosh, I don't know what they do to the soft serve there, but it is like, I can't find a soft serve like it anywhere else like on the planet.
Yeah. It's so funny because soft serve is a little bit hard to get on the West Coast. On the East Coast, like in New York and, Pennsylvania and pretty much all up and down the East Coast, soft serve is so common there. It's just like, where we have more like Baskin and Robbins and like hand scooped ice cream on the West Coast. I don't really know why we love our hand scooped ice cream here on the West Coast. But it's one of the few places I feel like you can get like a really good soft serve in all of Southern California. So if you're looking just for like the basic cone, that's your place for sure. For sure. And then of course, if you like a good Mickey ice cream bar,
Hit it up.
I mean, who doesn't love a good Mickey ice cream bar? That you can
Who
get
doesn't?
at all.
Who doesn't
I know,
love
who
a good
doesn't?
Mickey shaped anything?
I know, right? I mean, seriously. And those Mickey ice cream bars are so good. And you can find those at all of like the carts, both at Disneyland and DCA. You'll see them. You'll see like they're just stand-up carts. They're like the rolling carts, especially like before a parade, before paint the night, before the fireworks. They'll have them like up and down on Main Street where you can get those too. So just ask any cast member. They'll point you to the nearest cart because sometimes those are hard to find. I don't think that they're on the app. And that's where you can get like a Mickey ice cream bar. You can get all that stuff. A Mickey ice cream cookie sandwich. You can get that there. So that's good to know too. It's good to know too. Oh,
Lots
and
of
then
good stuff there. Yeah.
we almost skipped Ghirardelli.
Well, I feel like I know you can talk about that one because I feel like you have been there more often than I have, and you've done stuff with them. So why don't you talk about the next one?
Okay, so I love Ghirardelli. I used to live in San Francisco, and Ghirardelli is from San Francisco. It is a chocolate shop. They make chocolate there. They're famous for their chocolate, but they're also famous for their ice cream sundaes because not only do they use the best ice cream, but they also use their house-made chocolate, which Ghirardelli chocolate is by far the best. And there's a Ghirardelli shop at DCA in San Francisco Square, and it is so good. Like their fudge that they put on top of their sundaes it's out of this world. I mean, it's one of those things where you're not going to want to get the sundae or get the ice cream and like walk with it. You're going to want to sit down and you're going to want to take it in. You're going to want to take it all in. You're going to want to savor the Ghirardelli chocolate. Oh, it's so good. They have all different types of sundaes that you can choose from. They have banana splits. They also have just like regular cones. They also have frozen hot chocolate, which is it's the best. It's so good. It's a very rich chocolate.
My mouth is watering.
So good. I know, that's it. Now all I want is ice cream. We talked a lot about ice cream, but
Seriously,
it is
I know.
worth it. It's worth it. And you can also get like, chocolates and stuff like that. But definitely go to Ghirardelli. It's easy to miss. It's right next to the baby center. It's in San Francisco Square. It is easy to miss, but once you walk in and you smell the fudge, you'll know that's the place
and you get your little a lot of times they give you the little free square of chocolate
yes, you get the square of chocolate.
Do they
like
still
in the
do
sundae
that?
And
Or do
everything. They don't. So they used to pass out the free squares when you first walked into the door.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore much. much,
They
much,
don't.
much to the sadness of
So
many,
sad.
to many people. Because what we used to do is like, well, we used to go in and we used to order the sundaes, but a lot of people were just walking in and getting the free chocolate, square and then walking out. So I think that's why they changed it. But you do get, for most of the sundaes, you do get like a square of chocolate, in your sundae. And if you don't like the one that's offered, you can ask to, get a different flavor. But the Ghirardelli chocolate it's just so good. And if you stay, also when you go inside the shop because it's interactive. The shop's interactive. When you walk in, if you're standing there waiting for your ice cream, they have a little earthquake, like on the wall. And they'll have like a little earthquake and like they'll have like a Golden Gate Bridge that shakes and you'll see like the houses and the street shake because, Ghirardelli's from San Francisco. So they'll have like little earthquakes that, it's really cool. So definitely go in there. It's air conditioned. You'll like it. It's great for the summertime.
Yeah. We haven't been
so
in
I
a
think
while. I should probably pop back in there.
You guys should do like an
and then
ice
I
cream
think-
tasting.
Oh,
With your kids. You'll do like an ice cream tasting. That would be fun to do.
they would not be opposed to that idea. They would be all for that.
Yeah.
And then I know we've talked a lot about the sweet stuff, but Bridget, I'm going to let you take this because you are the foodie. You know the good spots to go eat. Like me and my kids, we eat at the same spot every single time we're at the park, but you are good
There's
with
nothing
knowing
wrong.
where to go, and especially when it's hot out. So I'm going to kind of let you take
Yeah.
this section here.
So when it's hot out in the summer, I mean, I know that my kids need a break. I don't need a break. I'm like a lizard. I can handle all the heat. But
Yeah,
they
you are.
are not.
I'm not.
Yes. Oh, I love the heat. But they definitely need breaks during, the day. So I try to either get a meal, mobile order a meal, and eat at one of the quick service dining locations that offer, indoor air conditioning spots, or that's a really good time to make a reservation for a restaurant. So some of the places that I like to eat at just for quick service is Golden Horseshoe, Plaza Inn, Pizza Planet, Fiddler Pfeiffer and Practical Cafe, Smoke Jumpers Grill, and Flo's V8 Cafe. We're going to have all of this, by the way, on our tip sheet that we share on our Patreon. So definitely join the Patreon and you'll have access to these tip sheets. So don't feel like you have to write anything down. You have all the access for you if you join the Patreon on your phone. But definitely at Disneyland, there's Golden Horseshoe and there is the Pizza Planet. These are two places where you can either order food in person, you can mobile order as well, and you can eat at these places. They are both air conditioned, they're inside. The Golden Horseshoe has some amazing, amazing air conditioning. But also, if you don't like the food options from Golden Horseshoe or Pizza Planet, you don't have to eat there. You don't have to get the food to eat there. You can get food from anywhere at Disneyland and take the food into these two different places for the air conditioning for the break. I treat Disneyland like a food court. So my kids all like different things. They do. They like all different things. So I'll get something from Stage Door, something from Rancho del Zocalo, something from Golden Horseshoe, something from, Jolly Holiday. And then you'll see me. If you see me in the parks, I'm usually holding a tray of all different types of food. And then I take it to Golden Horseshoe or Alien Pizza Planet and we eat indoors. So that's kind of my big tip there. You do not have to order the food from those places to eat there. Plaza Inn now is different. Plaza Inn is, they have an indoor option and an outdoor option. But if you're eating indoors at the Plaza Inn, you do have to get their buffet that they have. And then you can, enjoy their indoor location. Moving over to DCA, there's a couple different places. There's Smoke Jumper Grill and there's Flo's V8 Cafe. Those are two indoor spots where you can eat. Again, you can mobile order or you can order in person or you can bring your food into those locations. And those places both have fabulous air conditioning. And then there's Fiddler Pfeiffer and Practical Cafe, which we mentioned before. That place is like, it's a Starbucks. That's our Starbucks at DCA. And you can bring your food in there and you can enjoy it. But if you are looking for just a complete relaxing experience, I love booking a reservation in advance at the Blue Bayou or Carthay Circle at DCA. So the Blue Bayou is, it's a fancier lunch. Or dinner. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a splurge, but it is indoors and it's inside the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. You can't go wrong with it. It is
The
So,
ambiance.
oh, the ambiance is so wonderful. You get to see, the riders going by on the, Pirates of the Caribbean boats. You get to listen to all the sounds of the attraction. You get to smell that good pirates water, which actually makes, I don't know, it goes well with the food, okay? Like it just does. It goes well with the food. And I love Blue Bayou. We go there for special occasions because like I said, it's a little bit of a splurge, but it's so nice. If you're going there for a special occasion or you're just going there for like a once in a lifetime trip, try to get a Blue Bayou reservation. We've talked about it in the previous episodes, how to get that reservation, but you can get it. You can join the walk-up list. You might get lucky, or you can get it 60 days in advance on the Disneyland app, or you can even join like a third-party service like mousedining.com to try to help you get that reservation. Now, moving over to DCA, there's Carthay Circle. Carthay Circle at DCA is a great place. It's also a little bit of a splurge if you're looking for a lunch or a nice dinner. It's indoors. It's wonderful. But there's also another part of Carthay Circle that most people don't know about. It's called Carthay Circle Alfresco Lounge. And that is easier to get a reservation, and it's way more casual with casual like bar bites. They do have a kids menu and, drinks. They have cocktails and mocktails there, and you can eat indoors, and the air conditioning is wonderful. They also have an outdoor area. That's why it's called Alfresco Lounge. But they do have an indoor area as well. And we love in the middle of a hot day going and sitting down. The kids love to get their special foods because they have such a great kids menu there. And then we get, either a cocktail or a mocktail, and we can enjoy it there too. So that's a great place to go to if you're just looking for a break in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I actually learned about the Alfresco Lounge from you because I had no idea. Because like I said, we go to the same 2 or 3 places every time with my kids. We don't venture out much. So it's when I'm by myself that I get to go to like different places and try things out. Not with my kids.
When the kids go back to school, Linz, you and I are going to go to the Alfresco Lounge because it's so awesome. It's so nice to go there. Like it's really like it's a great place to go.
I would love that.
I also love going there in the wintertime because you can sit outside and it's perfect weather, here in the wintertime. And you have a perfect view of the Christmas tree. So I like going there at happy hour time because the Christmas tree lights up at 5 o'clock always on Buena Vista Street. So if you get a reservation at 4:30, you sit outside, you have a front row to the Christmas tree getting lit up while you're enjoying your hot cocoa or your mocktail or your cocktail and some bites. It's like it's a win-win.
Okay, can we do that? Can we do that together?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Of course. You don't have to twist my arm, Linz. You don't have to twist my arm. We'll do it for sure.
I know. I figured I didn't. All right. So we've talked a lot about what you can eat. We're going to talk about what you can bring or what you should bring to the parks for a hot day at Disneyland. And again, this is kind of a comprehensive list. Don't worry if you're part of the Patreon fam, we will have this list for you. And maybe even Bridget, maybe we can like link to stuff so that they could just like click on something and it'll take them
that's
to
a great idea.
Like what we're talking about. That might make it easy for them too. But we will have this list for you guys in the Patreon group. So make sure again, you can go to the Patreon app and search Magical Moms Podcast, or you can click the link below down in the show notes to join. So we'll run through this list. I think there's a couple things we could probably comment on for like a tip with them. But you're definitely going to want to bring some cooling towels. That is, especially when it's hot out, you need something to help cool you down. So bring a cooling towel. There's plenty you can get on Amazon. They actually sell them in the parks too. So if you forget it or didn't think about it, the parks actually sell cooling towels in I've seen them in World of Disney. I think they have them in Emporium. They have them in a lot of the shops during the summertime. And you'll also want to bring a fan. There are some cute ones like on Amazon that kind of look like a Mickey head, or just any fan that you can charge with, which actually we kind of had this question in one of our Disney dilemmas. A fan that you could charge with a plug is best rather than batteries, because you can always bring the charger and get a fuel rod from the fuel rods around the park to like recharge that fan throughout the day, because you will need to recharge it.
Yes, you will.
You're going to use it a lot. Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Definitely, for sure.
And then also sunscreen.
And speaking of, if you have a stroller, go ahead.
No, sorry, Linz, what we were saying, because that goes with the fans.
Okay. No, that's okay. And I was going to say a stroller fan too. So if you have a little one in a stroller, you can get, again, on Amazon. They have ones that like clip onto strollers. You're going to want one of those for your baby or your toddler, whoever's in the stroller, because it gets warm
Yeah, it does. The stroller fan has saved us, especially during nap time, because like they're just, like you can kind of like lean them back in the stroller and then you put the stroller fan on, like you can clip it onto the side. It has been wonderful for us. Also sunscreen. Sunscreen is
Yes.
so important. I have forgotten sunscreen so many times. So if you do forget your sunscreen, know that almost all of the shops at Disneyland, Disney California Adventure,
Yes.
and Downtown Disney, and of course the hotels, they do sell sunscreen. So you can get sunscreen if you do forget it, because I have forgotten it so many times. So they do sell sunscreen.
I've
You're
had to
definitely gonna want
purchase
to
in
bring
the
it.
park. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I've had
it's
to do
so
that.
so important. Especially for kids sitting in the stroller. I have forgotten more times than I'd like to admit to put sunscreen on their legs, and they're sitting in the stroller, so
Yeah.
so then their legs get burnt.
Yeah.
So definitely, you're gonna want to bring sunscreen, and then hats. This is one of the reasons why I always
Yep.
wear a hat. Hats are so important to bring, and I bring them for everyone in my family. And it's also like a dual part thing. First of all, hats are good because it blocks the sun, your face won't get as burned, so on and so forth. But also, you're gonna be sweating a lot, and if you don't want
Yeah.
your hair just like a complete disaster,
Yeah.
hide it with a hat. Hide it with
Yep.
a hat. That's what I do.
Put in a little braid,
You're
you're
gonna be
good to
going on
go.
water rides. Yeah, you're good to go. You're good to go. And we've talked about this before. Flip-flops. I bring flip-flops always on every single Disney summer day that we do. I like to bring flip-flops for my kids and for ourselves, just in case if your feet get super duper hot, or if you go on a water attraction and you don't, who wants to be walking around in, soggy socks or soggy
terrible.
shoes. And then also, give your foot, like if give your feet a break and so on and so forth. But also if you're going to go to Donald's Duck Pond, which we talked about in the last episode, you're going to need some sort of water shoe. So
Yes.
definitely bring flip-flops. You can just get the
Yep.
dollar ones and then put them in your stroller.
Yeah. And then a change of
Your bag.
clothes too. Because again, if you're doing like a little splash pad area, or you go on a ride and like your child does not like wet clothes, you want to have a change of clothes for them. Sunglasses, which if you forget those, again, the parks sell them. There's I think, is it Ray-Ban that has a kiosk out in downtown Disney?
It's Sunglass Hut.
Sunglasses Hut. Okay, sorry. Yeah. And there's
Yeah.
actually, there's the Sunglasses Hut cart. And then you can also bring, if you have a cooler, like a soft cooler, you can bring that as well. You just cannot have, I believe the rules, you can't have ice, right? But you can have ice packs.
You can have ice packs.
Yeah.
You can bring everything. People are surprised by how much you can actually bring in Disneyland. You can bring ice packs. You can't bring just like pieces of ice.
Loose ice,
You can, loose ice. But you can also get loose ice from, once you're inside Disneyland, you can get loose ice from the quick service dining spots. But you can bring any type of food item, you can bring any type of drink item as long as it's not in glass and as long as it's not alcohol.
Yes.
So those are the two things you can't bring. But we like to bring electrolyte drinks, like,
Oh, yeah.
Powerades and Liquid IV, like the Liquid IV, powder packs. We bring
Yes.
that. We talked about a change of clothes, and you'll do that for your kids, but also get a t-shirt or a t-shirt for you or your husband or your partner, whoever's coming with you. I can't even tell you. One time I brought a t-shirt for my husband and he didn't even think about it, but he sweat through his whole entire shirt. And then before we went to dinner, I was like, look, I brought you a nice, clean shirt.
Oh,
He
clutch,
put that
coming in
on and he
clutch.
was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is so nice. So we like to just bring, extra things, but also
Yeah.
for me, I like to bring chapstick, hair ties. I bring a little bit of makeup, like some powder and stuff, just to like make myself feel a little bit refreshed.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So the more you're
Definitely, for
prepared,
sure.
the better you'll be on a hot day for sure.
Yeah. And like I said, don't worry about like writing all this down. We'll have all this information for you because I know that list was kind of long. But again, it's things we like to bring to make the day a little bit more magical.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, not magical, a little bit more manageable was the word
Manageable.
I was looking for.
Manageable
Magical
turns
and
into
manageable.
magical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's
then-
get to some tips. Should we get some tips?
Yes.
Oh, what were you going to
Yes,
say, Linz?
Absolutely. No, I was going to say, make sure, I think the biggest thing is to hydrate. We were going to go right into the
Yes.
tips. You have to be drinking when you're in the parks. It is so easy to get dehydrated. You have to drink. There are places around, if you bring your own water bottle, there are plenty of spots around the park, either that have like a water refill station, like out in the different lands, which that water is fine, but it's not super cold. So it's like
Yeah.
great in a pinch. But if you want ice cold water, there's places like Pizza Planet where you can just bring your water bottle in and refill at the thing. Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. I know Pim's test kitchen, you can do that. There's different places where you can get ice cold water. And that is really key because unfortunately, Bridget, I think both you and I have seen people get dehydrated or just like need to sit and relax because they're just overheating in the park. It is a thing, and it always is a little bit warmer in the parks compared to like the outside weather. So just be prepared to drink a lot.
Yeah, drink a lot of water. And if you are feeling like a little bit faint or a little like woozy, there's a first aid station at Disneyland, also a first aid station at Disney California Adventure Park, and you can go in there and they do have beds there, like hospital style beds where you can just like sit down and relax. If you're pregnant, that was a big thing for me. I would get super overheated and I'd go into the first aid station and just sit down. So they'll let you sit down and they'll let you like recharge and regroup, especially if you're feeling a little lightheaded, So another thing that we definitely do is we plan around the sun when we are, going to be experiencing like a full Disney day. Really, it's key on summer days to arrive super early. You're going to want to rope drop on summer days. So the parks open up at 8 a.m. You can physically get into the park starting at 7:30. So if you're standing in front of the gates around 7:15 or a little bit earlier, you can be one of the first people to get into the parks, and you can get a lot accomplished. And it's so much cooler here in California, in Southern California, especially in like the early morning hours.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So plan around that. And a lot of times too, I know what people do, especially if they're visiting from out of state, they will take that midday time to kind of go back to their hotel, cool down, maybe swim in the pool, and then come back in the evening for like the nighttime events. And that's always a great thing to do too, is just kind of step away from the heat during the hottest part of the day.
Yeah. But also now if the heat doesn't bother you, like it doesn't bother me, that's like the best time to go on attractions because a lot of people do leave in the middle of the day. So you will see like the low wait times, during that time. Also, here's another tip is that if you are going to do a water attraction, if you want to enjoy or experience Tiana's or Grizzly River Run, do those in the morning. Because as the day goes on, those ride wait times are just going to get longer. So, do Tiana's in the morning, do Grizzly in the morning. And if that's something that you really want to experience, do it in the morning because as it gets hotter, that line gets longer for sure.
Yeah. The only other way that would be manageable to do is if you have a lightning lane, because they both offer lightning lanes. So if you get one for later in the day, that's good. Or if you're going to do Grizzly River, they do have single rider. So if you wanted to just run on that real quick by yourself and get cooled down, you could do that too.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where if I'm going to go on Tiana's, I'm only going to do it in the summer just because I have to like air dry, know, afterwards, and you will air dry. Southern California. Southern California is funny. So our weather patterns are so strange, but in the morning and at night is when it's definitely coolest here, but it does get chilly sometimes at night. So even though it's going to be a warm summer day, you may want to pack like a zip up hoodie or just something for your kids. Like I always bring like a little blanket too, just in case, because it does actually get kind of chilly here at night.
It does.
So even though it's so hot in the day, it will get kind of chilly sometimes. So definitely bring that as a balance.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I feel like
we covered a lot. Right?
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of things for managing a hot summer day at the Disneyland Resort. My goodness. Experiences to do, attractions, foods, what to bring, our extra little tips and bonuses. There's a lot. And like I said, if you're part of the Patreon fam, we've got it all covered for you. That tip sheet is coming for you guys on just so you have everything at your fingertips here.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for listening and watching. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate y'all so much. And you support this new adventure. And it's so amazing and it's so appreciated.
Yeah. And if you want to suggest any topics or if you have any tips for us, anything you want to send us, you can email us at magicalmomspodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our socials, either Bridget and I's individually or the Magical Moms Podcast Instagram as well. And if you we would love if you subscribed to our podcast wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Amazon, whatever it is. We appreciate that. And follow us at Magical Moms Podcast on all the socials.
Yeah. And if you want to be part of the Patreon fam, please join us. Please join the private Facebook group. It's filled with all of our, Disney tips, tricks. We go on as well, and you'll meet other like Disney fans and friends there as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And until then, we'll see you real soon.
I'll never get used to this.
I have no idea if that was good or not. That